everybody, I'm Stu Carter from Atamaii TV, and I've got here a Ben 10 Monopoly Junior game. And you're saying, wait, I never heard of any Ben 10 Monopoly game. Well, you probably haven't, because this one is totally bogus. It's a complete rip-off Ben 10 Monopoly Junior game. Stop right there. Drop that toy. Copyright theft is a violation of international law. So don't do it, or I'll put you in the big house. So stand by for a rip-off Ben 10 Monopoly game review. Now this is kind of a 2-for rip-off. It rips off both Ben 10, which we know and love, and it rips off the Monopoly game, which is owned by Milton Bradley, right? And has Milton Bradley. And I know if you look online, you may see Ben 10 Monopoly games available online, even with Amazon. But I don't believe there's any legitimate Ben 10 Monopoly games anywhere. If you have one, you can let me know in the comments. I just suspect that there's never been one. I know this one's bogus, so and we'll look at it. It's all beat up. That's because I found this at some dark back alley nighttime market in the deepest, darkest parts of Asia. And well, let's go ahead and get a good look at the package. Okay, so here's a look at the box, and it's got, of course, it's got young Ben Tennyson on the front. I know Chromosome, I know Jet Ray, and this is the more recent Jet Ray, right, from Ultimate Alien, right. And I know Swamp Fire. You thought you got me there. I don't know who this is. I've forgotten who this is. Help me out. And there's somebody over here. I don't know who that is either. You help me out in the comments. And then it also rips off Monopoly and the famous guy from Monopoly who's at the millionaire. Is there a name for this character? I don't know. And then it says for ages 2 to 4 players, ages 5 to up. But what do they care? They can say anything. It's a whole ripoff. The whole thing's a ripoff. And then on the back, and it talks about there's going to be some places from the world of Ben Tennyson, the Ben 10 show on the board, and we'll see that. And it has a European safety mark. It's always nice to have, you know, when you got bootleg toys. Yeah, and well, yeah, and it's got, of course, the logo, because if you got to rip off Ben 10, you got to have all the stuff right? Well, let's get a good look. Let's open it up. Let's look at the pieces inside, okay? All right. Okay, so opening up, you get the game board. We'll look at this real close in a minute. And you get this cheesy Monopoly money, which doesn't look authentic. Does this anything like the real Monopoly money? Because if it was, I'd be able to spin it. And then it's got those iconic cards from Monopoly. It's got the houses and the hotels. I guess these are the hotels, right? And then here's the little houses. Is that? Well, they all look about the same size. Now, see, in real Monopoly, you get little houses like the green, right? The green, and the hotels are red, if I recall. Yeah. So see, there's another sign. This is kind of a rip-off. And then you get these really cheesy. There's Echo, Heat Blast, Humongous Roar. These are your cheesy pieces, and there's poor Ben. Really cheesy. Well, let's look at the board better. So it's got these fake Monopoly cards. There's only a couple of those. And then it's got these other cards that are unique to the Ben 10 universe. And these graphics, they look like they're from some of the Ben 10 video games. You guys help me out with that, because I never bought one of the Ben 10 video games, but that's what they look like. I don't think they're screen captured from the show. But then they got several of these go to forearms. Yeah, great. And they're kind of stuck together. And you see there's some other graphics. Rock hole, lake in the forest, and there's Ben, and police station, machinery room. These look like places in the video game to me. And wasteland, and clearing, you know, go to Humongous Roar. Let's look at the board. Here's the Ben 10 Junior, Monopoly Junior game board. It's got your iconic places like the go, and that you land on chance. You got to draw the card, right? Lunch. I never had a Monopoly Junior. Is that because they don't see where's a go to jail? See, the regular Monopoly has go to jail, right? And chance go to lunch. So I guess Monopoly Junior doesn't have go to jail because they don't want little kids to go to jail. Is that the deal with Monopoly Junior? and then look at some of these place names for Ben 10. See, here's some of these Ben 10 places. Rock Hole Lake in the Forest, and you can see, who's that guy? He's so fast, right? The Hallway, and Graduate School Interpapt. What is that? I don't know. And then let's see. What is this? Give into the lab of door. Give into the lab of door. I don't think. Archaic site. Not arachnid. Archaic site. Arachnid is related to archaic though, right? Maybe. I don't know. Burrow. Lab. Okay, they can't mess that up. Sometimes I think their English is not so good. On the cliffside. The Hall. Roll again. Heat Blast. Machinery Room. Police Station. There's Grandpa Max, the star of Ben 10, of course. And Chance. And then over here, the Clearing. Wasteland. Doesn't look like a wasteland. It looks like the top of a factory or something. Rock Hollow. Runway. Yeah, and there's Go again. Wow. And it has Ben 10 Power Splash. And you'll see that on some of the other Ben 10 Monopoly Junior games that are available for sale. So, I don't know. Oh, Machinery Room. Huh. There's a hotel there. Frankenstrike, are you really going to charge me rent just because I landed on your hotel? I mean, can I just stay there? Energy, you're not helping at all. Oh, where's my money? So that's my look at the rip-off Ben 10 Monopoly Junior board game. If you like Ben 10 stuff, you better stick around because we're always talking about Ben 10 here. And until then, have a good day.
To kill me, I guess I'm doing okay. I'm lost among the millions, just an empty head filled with the sky.